Hey yo, welcome in. This video was meant to be a way to communicate directly to the audience about my journey in content creation. I've wanted to do a video like this for a while where I can open up for questions, but I have been very busy with other things. That's why there's been a little bit of a gap between my last video and this one. The game you see in the background would have made it into one of the COD collages or Becoming Reborn gameplays, but the audio got corrupted, giving me the opportunity to make this video. The day we recorded this, we got 6 wins, and each of the games we got as a team anywhere from like 24 to 42 kills as a unit. So it was a pretty good day for gameplay, but all the audio got corrupted, so it is what it is. I also casually beat my previous MW3 Resurgence record. Before this, it was 17, and I got 18 in this one, but it is at 20 now because of that solo video that I made not too long ago. Anyways, if you are not a person who really cares about like the lore of this channel, there are plenty of other videos on this channel focused on like skill and growth, etc. However, this video will mostly ignore the gameplay in the background, and I hope you are interested in me as a content creator. But anyways, let's just get straight into it. Starting off, I want to talk about some of my favorite things about content creation. Um, First off is just being able to revisit moments that I would have otherwise forgotten or just never thought about again. Like I do a lot of things in games like during the clutch situations that I never consider clutch, and then I go back and watch them and they're like, "Wow, I'm kind of surprised that I got that along." At no point in my life right now have I considered myself super competitive or like top of the top, but either way, it's still a beneficial thing for me to see where I'm at and where I get to grow from where I'm at currently. Being able to share moments like this with my cousin, for example, or any of my friends that come on to my channel is also like a super big thing for me. Whether we move away in the future or move closer together, these videos are just like nostalgia for all of those moments that I would have, like I said, otherwise forgotten. So reading and responding to comments is also like one of my favorite things about this content. It's like the feedback that I get from the audience is immeasurable. The positive comments are always a boost, and the negative comments usually give me a chance to improve if they're constructive. And if they're not constructive, they give me a chance to roast the commenter. And honestly, I don't take them too personally. In general, the last reason, or one of the last reasons that I like sharing this stuff is just to help people who might need a good distraction from the daily stress of life. Especially now, I know there's a lot of things that people are going through, like all types of things that I don't even really want to get into with this video. You can kind of check the date and do your own research if this was a long time from the release, but more in that later. So my content is heavily inspired by a variety of other YouTubers. People like NoJ, Berleezy, RDC. There's a ton of people who really just inspired me to make content to begin with. Even when I was just like a very young kid, like 13, 14, that's who I was watching, and they really just helped me not think about whatever was going on in my life. So being able to give that to someone else who might be in those same shoes is a gift to the world that I'm very grateful to have the opportunity to do. I know there's a lot of people who want to start content creation and they kind of just don't for whatever reason, and that was me for a long time. Um, but it has taken me a long time to start, and I'll get into that a little bit later. I have a lot of good moments in these games, and I know they have the ability to brighten others' days if I deliver them correctly because of all of the different people that I've seen do it for me. That concept really started the journey, hoping that people see these videos and just find relief, like I said before. Um, I can also acknowledge that my perspective is very unique, um, just like everyone else, as ironic as that sounds. Everyone has their own perspective that they bring onto things, but more specifically, my perspective on gaming and how to play them is beneficial simply because of how much I've played games. Like I said before, I've been playing games since I was very young. My first game was like Wii Sports and stuff like that, but we're not gonna get into all that right now. This perspective has allowed me to adapt to mini games like very quickly, and I get a really decent understanding of how to play the game and guide others through the matches and just give tips where available, kind of thing. So look out for that. All right, so getting into why it took so long to start for content creation for me. I attempted to start in 2020, but I'd stopped to kind of focus on school. I was doing some content creation, posting on TikTok and posting on YouTube, but there was a lot going on at the time that I won't get into today. If you guys have questions about it, I might do another video just kind of explaining some of the things that I was going through. Might be able to help somebody else going through the same thing, but I'm not really getting into it today. It was really just a series of setbacks that kind of forced me to struggle to keep my head above water. It was not the best time. Recently, I had to go through another period like that, so that explains why there is a break in content. And again, I can make a separate video talking about that if there are questions. Explaining why I started again is mainly my love for stories, and that has been something that I haven't been able to get into. The design of games and just seeing how they work, as well as like I said, the actual story of the game, is something that interests me immeasurably. Like being able to see someone take a character or a setting or a concept and explore it in full and in depth, it truly just opens my eyes and like changes my perspective on things like greatly. Realistic fiction is like one of my favorite genres because it explains like this could be real if only this happened kind of thing. So you'll hear me talk about The Last of Us a lot. That's my favorite game. Currently, I'm actually committed to a career path in game development myself. I'm more interested in the story writing aspect. I've been working on a story for 6 years now, working on building it and learning how to create it into a game myself. Now that I have the time and energy to plan out a future, I can start taking the steps to reach that goal. And as for the most recent break from content creation, I won't get too deep into it. At the end of the day, this is not my number one priority. I've got other things that I'm very much taking interest in. Like I said, I'm working on getting back into college so I can actually make games as a profession, which is kind of my dream. We'll see how that goes in the next few years. I am trying to put some effort into streaming. I haven't really done that these past few months, but I have been trying to get 1 to 2 streams in, as well as 2 to 3 videos out for you guys, and we'll see how that goes. Before, I was rushing to get like older COD videos and Apex videos out so I could eventually make time to start streaming story games and variety games with my friends and stuff, but I was so focused on COD and Apex that the rest of them kind of fell to the wayside, and I don't like the way that I was doing it before. Previously, there was at least one COD video and one Apex video per week, but now I'm changing it to one COD or Apex video per week. And that might change as everything kind of moves forward while I slowly start to integrate story games to this channel and add some of my live streams from Twitch. I want to say that I know my previous videos were not exactly the highest quality, and I don't think they were meant to be. Like I said, they're my starting videos, so they're not going to be perfect. But I do want to leave them up there just to kind of see my progression. Ultimately, this is sort of a gamble. There's no way to know if this channel is going to be successful, but regardless, it's not a number one priority in my life, like I mentioned before. Overall, there will be a little bit of chaos to this new format as I adjust to it, and there's going to be less consistency by nature, but that's just kind of how it is. Regardless, I hope you guys can find what you enjoy on my page. Since there will be a variety of different content, I would recommend turning on the personalized notifications with the bell and coming back for more of what you like. There's going to be zombies content, there's going to be multiplayer content, Warzone content, story games, variety games with friends, stuff like that. So it will kind of vary depending on who you are as a viewer. And I know the algorithm is not going to like that too much, but again, this is not my number one priority, so we'll see how it goes. But that was most of what I wanted to talk about today. I'm going to let the video play out just so you can see the dub we got this game. But anyways, as always, if you would like to grow with Alo, show your support, do the likes, the comments, and subscribing. I'd also like to stream on Twitch at least once a week, so check me out there. Wishing you the best and continue to be your greatest. See you.
Bitch, I talk my shit cause I earned it. And everything I got, I deserve it. Wake up, thank God, and put the work in. Yeah, I don't play myself, I know my worth. Yeah.